I gotta go on a little rant here. I normally don't do this type of stuff because I feel like it's sometimes not worth it, because I don't feel like going back and forth with people on my social media accounts, and honestly I could care less what anyone else thinks. But I'm gonna say this. I was saying something to a teenager a week or two ago about not supporting something and why they shouldn't support something, and the teenager replied back to me, well, everything's canceled out, so it doesn't matter anyways. Who cares? Just very careless about the whole entire issue at hand of what I was speaking to her about. So it really, really stuck with me, because it's not just her. It's so many people that think like this. It's not just teenagers. It's adults too. This is the problem that we have in America right now. And I'm going to say America. I'm not going to just talk about the entire world, even though it goes on in the entire world. But the problem is that we are supporting companies. We are supporting people who are Luciferian agenda-based, satanic agenda-based, New World Order agenda-based. And because America has never felt what it's like to be or live in a third world country, we've never felt that we didn't have water, or we didn't have food, or we didn't have something. We have been silver spoons since we came out of our mother's womb. We have an issue here. And the issue is, and I say this all the time, I believe people need to go live in a third world country, or they need to go live in poverty to understand what struggle really is, and to understand what hunger really is, and to understand that people can die around you with diseases, flies, infestations, and all kinds of stuff if we do not have clean water, we don't have clean society, we don't have food, we don't have good food on top of that, not just processed stuff that they're feeding us and trying to kill us with. So I'm here to tell you right now, if you are that person who goes out and says, and I'm going to use Starbucks just for an example, okay? This is just an example. This is not something I'm just trying to pinpoint. It's just an example for this. Starbucks supports a certain agenda. They support certain things, okay? And it's not just one thing. It's certain things. And I'm not going to state what they support on here, because I want you to actually go research for yourself, because there's a lot of people that spread misinformation. I don't like to be one of those people, okay? So I want you to go research yourself what they support. Once you research what they actually support, why are you supporting them if they do not align with what you think or what your belief system is? Why? And then you're going to say, oh, well, because it's the greatest tasting thing on earth. Excuse me, baby. You can go home, you can find the recipe to that, and you can make it yourself. Or you can find a place that is ran by a person with the same alignments as your beliefs, and they can make you something like that. Why are you giving your money to people and corporations, New World Order agendas, that are killing people or sex trafficking people, or putting their money where, it's not a good place to put your money? If everybody in America would come together and they would say, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. You know what? I'm not going to support this crap anymore. You know what? I'm sick of it. We're going to take a stand. We're going to take a stand together. Because you know what? They try to divide us, because if they can get us divided, or they can make us argue 24/7, then they can run over us and do whatever they want. Hence COVID. Which I'm sure there's some of you, which I know for a fact, because I'll be out in public and still see people with masks on. And y'all can argue with me all day long about this mask stuff. But I still see people doing COVID restrictions. After all the information has been put out, after all the hundreds of doctors that have said how horrible it was, after everybody made fun of Trump about saying the word bleach when he was talking about hydrochloroquine. There is so much crap that people, they just want to bicker and they don't want to stand for anything righteous. And that's the problem. You know, the Bible specifically says that in these times, good will be bad and bad will become good. And it says that specifically. And regardless if you want to believe in the Bible or not, you can see how this world is going right now. Okay? Line it up. Look at it. Stop supporting things that are not or do not align with your beliefs. If there was enough of us that took a stand and said, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. I'm not going to support this type of stuff anymore. I'm not going to support this type of cause anymore. Things would start getting done. But if it's one of us that do it and 100 million don't, then nothing's going to change. And that's the problem. That's why a lot of people are like, well, I'm the only person that's doing it, so nothing's going to change. Well, be that dang person that shouts it from a rooftop so other people can hear you that are misinformed or uninformed, so that they can also know where you are in your mind, so that they can also too know what's going on, so that they can say, you know what, let's put a stop to this. Because I can guarantee you, if you've seen with your own eyes 30 children be put in a car to go be sex trafficked, to have nasty men run through them, to have them, oh, this one's 50,000, oh, this one's 1 million, whatever they do. If you've seen that with your own eyes and you knew that a 60-year-old man was going to have sex with a 6-year-old little girl, would you support that? No, you wouldn't. You know why? Because it would be right in your flipping face. But because it's not right in your flipping face, you want to act like, oh, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't matter what I support. Oh, that's just cancel culture. I'm going to do what I want to do anyways. It's the greatest. Oh my God, this is the greatest floppa maba flowing machine cappuccino that I've ever put in my mouth. Listen, wake up. Wake up. There's kids getting sex trafficked. There is real life stuff going on right now. America is imploding from the inside out because of all these careless people who don't care what's going on. They're living in their ignorance is bliss life. When it hits the fan, I guarantee you, you will be the one crying because you do not know how to survive. You aren't prepared. You aren't prepared for this. What happens when they come and take your child? What happens at the concentration camps when they come and round us up because we don't agree with them, but there's more of them than there is us at that point? What happens after all the population control is done? What happens? Let me tell you what happens. My grandfather was in World War II, and I have pictures of people in the Holocaust walking around in literally a fenced area with barbed wire that they cannot get out. They're so weak, they can even barely stand. They look like sticks. You can see their ribs. They look like walking skeletons. Wake up, America. Wake up. Because I'm telling you right now, you keep supporting this crap. You keep watching this stupid Super Bowl, which has satanic rituals and all this stuff on it, and keep supporting it. Keep supporting it. Highest sex trafficking day ever. But you're too busy cooking and watching Super Bowl. God bless America, and I hope that you wake up real soon and you stop being ignorant.